You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop on the road of life. You can't stop. You can't stop moving. Keep move. Keep that pace. You switching to gear. Let's go as we climb up the hill. Don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working. It's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady. Don't watch the clock go round.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing today? This is ADionne. Listen up to Torelli and a Fuse. I'll be back.
We are learning, always turning. Later, cannot stop the time. Always merging into lanes that better suit us as we ride. Switch it up. Switching to gear, let's go. As we climb up the hill, don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working, it's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady, don't watch the clock go round.
As I said, this is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And this is Chronicles-of-Livin-podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know us extraordinary folk doing the damn thing the best way we can. And today's topic is, how can I build courage and confidence to pursue my dreams? How can I gain that confidence that I'm lacking? That courage. It might be one or the other. It might be both, This topic came about because of conversation that I had with someone. Well, I'll say a couple of people, And as you know, if you're just tuning in for the first time, this show, when I say it's for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life, that's what I mean. I mean, this show is for the real folk, out there that's living life and just need that big sister or that mother or friend to have, just give them some words of encouragement, to sometimes to maybe kind of kick you up your butt a little bit so you can get it moving. Whatever comes out for that day that you're listening, that is what you're meant to hear. And every show is not going to be for everybody. Heck, this podcast is not for everybody, I'm finding out. But I knew that going in. And so when you talk about confidence and courage, these are the things that we have to look at, When you have this gift and these talents that's just burning inside you to get out. First you have to examine, why is it that you feel that you don't have enough confidence or courage to do what it is that you feel in your heart you're meant to do? See, and that goes back to getting to the root cause of things, At some point in your life, you lost confidence. If you got a question yourself, and if you need that extra boost to believe in yourself, there was something that happened in your life along the way, whether it was from your childhood, teens, or adulthood. Something happened or somebody happened that made you start doubting yourself, that made you feel less than, feel like you weren't enough. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are enough, but it's never enough for everybody. Let's say it that way. And what I mean by that is we all individually are enough. It's just that we will never appease or appeal to everybody. The things that we do in life, even at the workplace, I'm not just talking about your dreams as into your dreams you want to pursue as into your talents or your gifts, but maybe you're dreaming to become the manager or the director or the supervisor at your job. But you don't feel like you have enough experience, or you have the courage, the strength, or depending on what type of occupation that you're working in. For some reason, you don't feel like you have the ability to pull it off, but yet your spirit is screaming, I want that. I want that position. I want to do that thing. I want to try out for this, team. Your spirit is screaming this inside of you, but yet you're stuck. Because you're like, but what if? And what if that happened? Or what if this go wrong? That is having lack of courage and confidence within yourself. As y'all know, if you've been following the show, I'm a risk taker. I put it all on the table. I put it all on the line. Whenever I go after something, I go after it. Anybody that knows me, they will tell you that. Because I look at it like this. What's the worst that can happen? It don't work. That's the worst that can happen. And then you just keep it moving. That's really it. It sounds very simple, but yet we beat ourselves up in the head like, oh my gosh, but what if they don't like it? Or what if, but we're talking about they. It's not about they. It's about you. It's about what God put on your heart to do. That is what it's about. And what happens is when you go forth and do the things that is in your heart to do, the people will find you that purpose is for. They will find you. Believe it or not, they really will. If you keep at it, if you start just day by day telling yourself, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I feel in my heart. This is what I'm good at. I know I'm good at this. And I know that someday everybody else is going to know that too. And until then, I'm going to do what I can do until I get to that day that I feel that I have arrived. Notice I said that I feel that I have arrived. Because through life, you're always going to have people that's going to come in your path and tell you, oh no, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like the way you're wearing your hair. I don't like the way you're shaped. So what? As one of my cousins said to me in the conversation earlier, I got something to add to it. Kick rocks with open shoes or sandals or whatever you want to call it. That would really hurt. But what I'm saying is, when you stop doing things for everybody else and you start doing things for you, and what I mean by that, whatever it is that you have in your heart or whatever you're good at, when you start doing it for you, taking those steps to do it for you, then you will see it really doesn't matter what everybody else thinks, because that's what God gave you to do. That is your task to fulfill in life. And however you go at it is what matters. The fact that you even go at it is a whole lot. There's so many people that's just paralyzed with fear in their heart because they don't want the judgment. They don't want the doubters. They don't want people talking about them, laughing at them. I was watching a movie last night. It's like, well, it wasn't even last night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I just had so much adrenaline. I was working on the website, the ADionne-your-dream-pusher website. And matter of fact, when you get a chance, go visit it. I did publish it, although I'm still working on it. But at least you can, look at the book covers that's coming, read what the books are about. If you've been listening to the show, I am publishing 3 books. And so this is still, I'm talking about confidence and courage. I'm publishing 3 books. A combo, a regular book, a workbook, and a journal by the end of this month. And doing that, it took courage and confidence. I had to believe in myself that I can actually pull this off. I had to believe in myself that I have things that's worth other people hearing. I have words that are worth other people reading. I have words that are going to help people transform their lives. I have stories that people can relate to, that people can be encouraged by. I had to believe that. I had to build up the confidence to write those words and to know that once they are out there and people are able to purchase them, that the book is going to appeal to some and some it might not. And I have to be okay with that. And I am. Because the people that listen to this podcast show, they keep coming back. The people that are going to purchase the books and like them are the people that's meant to hear this podcast and to read the books. That's it. Once you narrow everything down, that's it. It's just that simple. Everything is not for everybody. You have to embrace that part, and that will give you that boost, that courage, that confidence deep down inside to tell you that I'm doing this for the people that it matters to. And that's it. That's why I'm doing this podcast show, for the people that it matters to. The people that have been through struggles or obstacles and just was lost at some point in their life, or feeling alone and feeling like they were the only ones going through that situation, that type of relationship, that hardship, that torn bond with their mother or their kids. That is what this podcast show is for. So when I first started, that's what I had to realize. I had to narrow it down. You have to get to the point where you analyze your strengths. What is it that people are constantly calling you about? What type of help are people asking from you? What is it that makes your heart smile when you do it? That's what you stick with. And you just build that confidence. But going back to getting to the root, the whole loss of confidence and courage a lot of times starts when we're kids. And, I had this conversation with one of my loved ones that, if we don't get to the root of our issues, sometimes unconsciously we can break our kids' confidence and courage down before they even become adults, because we're still carrying things that we're insecure about. And so therefore, we kind of put it on our kids. And so you can be that kid that your parent put their insecurities on. And now you have grown up into an adult. You know, your parents might not have been able to do the things that they wanted to do in life, and therefore when you were young and you decided that, oh, mom, dad, I want to be a seller. I'll say something totally different. I want to be a seller. Oh, you can't do that. We don't have sellers in our family. Oh, that's a dumb idea. You need to go play basketball. That's what we about. So now, there it is. You're young. You wanted to do something different that is not your family norm, and they shot it all down. So now, you got in your head that, oh, wow, there's something wrong with me. Why do I want to be a seller? Why don't I want to be a basketball player like the rest of my family? This is what happens to us. And not even just as kids, as teens, as adults. We take on other people's, I don't want to just say opinions, but sometimes other people's doubt of themselves and make it our own. And when we're young, we don't even know how to determine how not to make it our own because we're still growing. But when we're kids, it's like we want to do everything, you know? We want to be some crazy things sometimes just because a cartoon that we watched on TV or a show or a superhero show we saw on TV. I can remember working at the Boys and Girls Club, asking them what they want to be, and one kid was like Superman, this one was like Wonder Woman, whatever. But I'm like, I never told them that they couldn't be that. But what I did was I turned it around and I said, oh, you want to save the world, huh? You want to make a difference in the world. That's great. Oh, okay. Yeah, everybody has a superhero within them. But why don't you be your own superhero? What do you want to call yourself? You don't want to be somebody else. What do you want to call yourself? And then it became exciting to them. Oh, I want to, what is your costume? What colors do you want to wear? When you're out there saving the world, when you're out there making a difference. That is realistic. Kids can grow up to be in a career or occupation that can make a difference, that can save people's lives. So it's about altering the conversation into reality instead of saying, nah, you can't do that. Why? Because you couldn't? You know, that's not cool. But this is what happens. The same way some people do this to their kids is the same way kids grow up into adults and never forget what was said to them when they were young. And they're still holding on to that feeling of how it made them feel inside. It probably crushed their little heart, their little, their little dreams, their little daydreams and thoughts. Like, oh, I really wanted to be a seller, but I can't. And then if somebody else asked them, it's like, well, I wanted to be a seller, but I'm going to just be a basketball player. And then that person don't even know why they changed their mind. They just think, oh, they want to be a basketball player, So it just goes along with us. And then we start to doubt ourselves because the first people that we looked up to, our mentors, maybe a teacher, a coach, maybe even your boss, told us that we can't be what it is that we want to be. And so there goes the hope. There goes the plans, the goals, swept away underneath the rug. You forget about it. But you never addressed it. So now as you go through life and you go to apply for other things, now you're doubtful. You worry about what other people are going to think instead of thinking about how you feel about this idea, you know? So to build your confidence and your courage back up, you gotta do as they say, do it afraid until you get that what was in the past off of you. You gotta acknowledge that root and stare it in the face. Oh, I remember why I'm doubting myself. I could remember Uncle Junebug told me that I was a horrible football player. Uncle June told me that I sound horrible when I sing. That's why I gave up singing. This is why now I don't believe I can be a dancer. It all ties into each other. Sorry, Junebug, but I don't know a Junebug right now. But y'all know I just pull names out of a hat. I don't know why they came up. Everybody have an Uncle Junebug. But Uncle Junebug, if you out there listening, stop telling people they can't do nothing. Right. But yeah, so that's what we have to do. We have to remember that if we have to catch ourselves. And if we have kids or if we know anybody that's out there, working at something, tell them what they are doing right first. Okay? And even with yourself and building up your confidence and your courage, sit down. Have some tea, coffee with yourself or a beer if that's what you want to drink. Just sit down and pull out that journal, as I say, and write down your strengths, write down your accomplishments, write down your achievements. I don't care what you say. Everybody has something that they have achieved or accomplishment that they have, achieved in their life. I don't care if it's something that's way back. You got perfect attendance in school. It's still something that you achieved. It's still something that you worked towards, It still was a goal that you obviously had maybe in the 3rd grade. You know what I mean? I'm going to have perfect attendance. That was a goal. You had confidence that you were going to achieve this when you weren't in control of the weather. So you knew in your mind, no matter what, whether it rained, whether it's snow, sleet, whatever, held, you was going to school. You made that commitment to yourself in the 3rd grade. So if you can do that at a young age, and now you're an adult, you definitely can stir up the courage and stir up the confidence again to believe in yourself and to go after that thing that you have that insecurity about. And then sometimes, it comes from loss of status. You were high, not high off weed, okay? Get your mind out the gutter. But you were on this high, maybe pedestal, let's say I don't know what's going on, but I'm hearing like clicking in my ear, so I apologize if y'all hearing it too. But you were at this high at one point. Everybody knew you. Everybody, you were just the bomb.com. And now you don't feel like your life is where it was back then. You are still the bomb.com. Your life just made a shift. That's all. It just made a shift. And now, once you let go of where you were before and you embrace where you are now, then you can acknowledge that, okay, well, this is what's going on with me now, and this is where I'm at right now, so this is what I'm going to pursue. This is what I'm going to work at, See, once we start letting go of all the what ifs or it used to be or I used to be, once we start letting go of all of that and we give ourselves that clear and clean slate, and we start writing down the things that we feel are holding us back. You know, you write down, like I said, the things that we do great at and the things that we don't do so great at. But yet, we are giving ourselves a clear slate because we're letting go. Let go of yesterday. Get into feeling good about today and being excited about tomorrow. Write your plan down. Write down, okay, this is what I want to do, but this might be an obstacle. This could get in the way, rather be the finances. You might want to do a certain thing that calls for you to have more finances that you need. So therefore, you lose the confidence and the courage to go after that thing. But I'm here to tell you that God will make a way out of no way. Whenever you decide to do a certain thing, the resources will just come to you, different ways that you can make it happen will just come out of the air. You be like, oh, wow, yeah, I could do it this way. And as those things come, your confidence, you just get more and more confidence about what it is that you're doing or the goal that you're going after, It's just like me with the books. All I knew is that I needed to write these books. I'm not thinking about, okay, all the money to pay for the books, for the book signings and, the posters I need to get, all the marketing material. I'm not thinking about none of that. I'm thinking about what's in front of me. And that is, let me get the books done first. Once I get the books done, I know how to make a website. So I'm going to promote, the website. And, everybody can't make a website. I understand that. I'm just using me for an example. But whatever it is that you have in you to do, I promise you, you have the tools that you need to make it happen. Because my dream is not your dream. Your dream is not my dream. We all have, now we might have similar dreams, similar talents. But the bottom line is we're going to all do it differently. So therefore, that's why the things that you need, that you are doubtful of, is right there. It's just once you stop and you look and you say to yourself and you commit to yourself and say, you know what? Just going to do it. Because I don't need to worry about everybody else and what they think and what they're going to say. As long as I put my foot forward, that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people that doubt you, a lot of people that laugh at you, a lot of people that dismiss what you're doing or tell you that you can't do it are telling you that, like I said earlier, because they don't feel that they can do it. Or they tried it and they failed at it. And they never went after it again. These are the people that come at us saying things to make us doubt ourselves. Everybody has their own gifts. Everybody has their own talents. It's just up to you to get out your own way. It's up to you to take those baby steps. Challenge yourself. Prove to yourself that you are worth it. Are you worth it? I'm asking you. I believe that you're worth it. And I believe that the courage will come as you go along. And I believe that if you start with something small, like something similar, like how I started with the Facebook challenge, challenging myself, and now I see a lot of people out there on Facebook challenging themselves, which is so great, But I started off with that first. That didn't cost me any money, Facebook is already there, I knew my ending goal with that part of it was this podcast show. So to gain confidence and courage, I just put myself out there. And to be honest, that is the best way to build your courage and your confidence. You have to be able to take rejection. You have to be able to stomach that. Just because people reject, or you have trolls. I got a troll right now, just made a whole Twitter account about me of untrue things. Am I moved by it? No. Did I stop my show? No. I feel sorry for her. She's an older lady that's sad that her life didn't turn out the way she wanted it to. And now that I'm doing things, she trolling me. So things like that, you have to be realistic with yourself. Like, why am I worried about what everybody else thinks? But because other people on this side are telling me that I'm good at this. They're telling me that they're being encouraged from this. Just like I have a lot of people telling me they're being encouraged by the show. It's helping them to figure out the things that they need to do in life. But if I would have kept just waiting and waiting, I never would have found that out. Don't you want to find out how far you can go with the things that you have on your heart? Don't you want to find out how it will add to people's lives or the world? Don't you want to find that out? I know you do. Because you wouldn't have that dream or vision if you didn't want to. Your spirit is heavy with whatever it is that's on your heart, because that is your purpose. So you got to do it afraid. It's just like the first time we got on a bike. We didn't know how to ride a bike. We didn't know how to roller skate. We didn't know how to do those things, but we wanted to do it. Why? Because most of the time, other kids were doing it and it looked fun, So we took the falls. We didn't care about people laughing at us. We didn't care that people said, oh, ADionne, she don't know how to skate. She don't know how to skate backwards. I know how to skate better than her. We didn't care about that. We just wanted to skate. You know what I mean? We just wanted to ride our bike, And that's the mentality that we have to get back to. We didn't really care about that. Yes, we might have been fearful of falling, but it's the same thing with life. You are going to fall at some point if you haven't already. If your life has been smooth, all this time, at some point, I hate to say it, and I don't want to speak it on you, but something, it don't have to be big. It could be something small. You're going to stumble along the way, Everything is not going to go perfect in our lives. But this is what life is about. It's about learning who we are, the things that we can tolerate, the things that annoy us, It's about learning how we handle the doubters and the people that talk about us, that we found out that was talking about us behind our back, that we found out was talking about, man, when I first started building websites, if I look back now, it's like wiggly whack, I'm sure some people talked about it. When I first started, writing songs and doing music, there were some people that talked about it, I can remember one of the producers I was working with for years, recording song after song. And then I went and I got with a whole nother producer, and that producer told me, some key things to make, when I rap or when I did my spoken word, to make it was smoother, dealing with this person. He just broke it down like, yo, if you just do this, that, and the other, then it will come off smoother and you'll ride the beat better, And we put together some material, and then when I went to go see the other producer, and I hadn't seen him for a very long time, and I went to go see him, and I played the stuff, this same producer said to me, wow, you really improved. You know, like he said some things to let me know that you never really believed in me fully. You just was doing this because, we was, I can't say boys because I'm not a boy, but we were friends, you know? So you were just doing my music to do my music. And because, you know, I was a female hip hop artist and you knew, you know what I mean, that was needed. But you never told me the truth, you know? And this is where the confidence and the courage, sometimes we need to hear the truth so that we can do better. So that whole, you know, being scared and, you know, not having the courage to get out there because you're wondering what everybody else is going to say, you're afraid of that. Sometimes you need that to get better. So you need to welcome it as well as analyzing and shifting through it and saying to yourself, okay, I want to keep this comment. I want to throw away that one. I want to keep this one. I want to throw away that one. So that you can know, like, okay, some people tell you things that's beneficial to you. And some people just straight haters. Can't say no other way. Some people just straight haters. But when they hate on you, they really hating on themselves. Overstand that. Overstand that. When people hate on you, they are hating on themselves. You know, when they put bad stuff out there on you, that is karma that they're building that's going to come right back and sucker punch them in the face one day. So just like we want to build that courage and that confidence, and we want people to believe in us, believe in other people. But know that you're not going to always have that support. You have to encourage yourself. What I do is I always do my affirmations. And y'all know I talk about the mirror all the time. You got to get in that mirror. You got to speak good things into your life. You got to speak good things about you. You got to speak good things about what it is that you want to pursue. You have to set your goals, write them down, and write down the full picture of what it is that you are working towards achieving. Write down the steps that it's going to take to achieve it. Once you sit down and you write the steps down, then you look at what is it that's the easiest thing to do out of this list. This is how you build your confidence and your courage, because you're taking little steps to get to the biggest one. You put it in a certain order to know, like, this is doable right now. I can do this. So you do that one thing. It's just like, perfect example, you know, with the books. I have Word. That's doable. That's a tool that I need to write a book. Okay, let me check that off. I can type. That's achievable. So let me type. I have the grammar checker. I'm not a great speller, but I have the grammar checker. So that's doable. So now I get to typing, typing up my words, and it's checking it and stuff. I might not be the best at grammar, but I have a story to tell. And that's what you go on. That's what I'm going on. I have a story to tell. I have things that happened in my life that I experienced that someone else needs to hear for encouragement. And I hold on to that part. And I continue to write. And then I look at, okay, the book is done. I have Google. I can figure out, just Google, how do I put things in book format? Google, what's the best place to publish a book? How do I publish a book? Watch a couple YouTube videos, So by the time you finish learning and studying and, practicing, you are building up the confidence to do this thing that it is that you want to do. Little by little, and you don't even realize it. And then by the time you get to that thing and it's time to present it, you believe in it. You believe in yourself because why? Because you worked at it. You crossed off your list. You crossed off your to-do list as to how you got to that point. Now you can look back and see, wow, I did this, I did that, I did that. I did that by myself. When I recorded the 100th episode the other day, I'm like, wow, I started with one listener. I was feeling like, dang, what are people going to think? But I did it anyway. And I just kept going, no matter how many people listened. Nothing happens overnight, y'all. You have to work at it. I'm still working at it. There are certain goals that I have set to meet that I have not met yet, you know? But my confidence is up. Why? Because I started. And that's all you need to do is get started. Write the information down. Find out what it is that you need to do to make it happen. Research that thing every day. But don't get caught up in the research part of it and never start. Research it, and as you're researching it, start working on it. And again, you cannot ever listen to the doubters, the dream stealers, the people that have not walked in your shoes, the people that have not went after their dreams. They don't count. They don't count, okay? Everybody has their strengths. Everybody can do certain things better than the next person, and so can you. You are enough. You have enough, and you can do the damn thing. So get out there. Start it. Do it afraid. The best way you can. And that's all you can ask of yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. It's not about mistakes. It's about finding a different way to do it. It's not about failures. It's about getting back up and dusting yourself off and saying, okay, well, that didn't work. Let me see what else I'm going to try. That's what it's about. Let me see how I'm going to try it. Let me sit down and think, why didn't it work? That's what you do until you get it right. Don't worry about everybody else. Your fan base and the people that you are assigned to will find you. And that's it. And believe that in your heart, and God will direct you to them as well. Believe it in your heart, full-heartedly, and it will happen little by little. Pace yourself, be patient with yourself, and don't take life so serious. Shit happens, okay? So until next Sunday, because I'm only coming on Sundays now because I have to continue to work on this book. And so I changed up. It's not so much a contest. I did get a few people emailing me, but email me at aadionne-your-dream-pusher at gmail.com with your story as to how this podcast has helped you. And I was going to just do 5 people, but I might do more, and I didn't think it was fair because I did that one show. There are already a few people that I'm sending the books to. Thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate you. And as soon as it's published, you will be receiving it. Thanks for sending me your information. So email me if you want a copy of the book. And I'm not going to send you all 3. I'll send you the first one. But email me at aadionne-your-dream-pusher at gmail.com. Tell me your story as to how this podcast has helped you. And suggested by a loved one. And whoever story I like the most, I will bring on this show as a guest host. And we will have a great topic to talk about. And you can share how the show helped you and what it is that you're doing right now. So that's what it is. Go to aadionne-your-dream-pusher.website. aadionne-your-dream-pusher website, and then you can see the books and what the books are going to be about. And I'm still working on that website, but as I said, I am sharing with y'all as I go along, so y'all can see things. Your dreams are obtainable. They really are. I'm not telling you my story after I made it. I'm telling you my story on the way to making it, so that you can see that you can do it too. Dreams do come true. I love you guys. This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And this is Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know what's extraordinary folk, doing the damn thing the best way we can. I love you guys. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chronicles-of-livin-podcast. Until next time, this is ADionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.